So we are pushing them back. You should be on fallback, so yeah, you should be able to give them a clearer shot here in a second. Excellent. Look at it, chat. Look at it. Total War wishes they had this. Okay. For a while now, fans of historical tactical strategy games have been searching for a successor to the Total War series. The newer ones seem more concerned with surface-level spectacle, mass DLC, and ignoring the rotten foundation of the franchise. Nothing out there manages to capture the detail and scope of Creative Assembly's games, but there have been a handful that have captured small aspects. Roma Invicta, well, nowhere near the scale, managed to be a fun campaign against the Gauls. There's also the Ultimate General games. Today, I take a look at the latest game to be pushed by the community. The game is Strategos, from Strategos Games. Set within 1,000 years of the ancient world, the player can control one of over 120 armies, ranging from Rome to Macedon to Persia and Numidia. The demo I was able to try only had a handful, with Macedon being added recently. The game features no grand campaign, but does have some sort of campaign in the works. I can only hope it's either a story in the style of, say, Battlefront 2, or perhaps it'll try and capture how Age of Empires 4 did it, with dialogue narrating the events leading up to the battles the player will take part in. I simply hope it's not just a series of essentially challenge maps, with no context motivating the player along. But how does the title play? The demo features a few maps upon which the player assembles their troops. These range from missile units, infantry, cavalry, and elephants. Armies march forward with an initial free command from the player. Unlike Total War, the game has your general's command range serve more than just a morale purpose. When within it, a unit can be commanded nearly immediately. However, anyone outside must be reached by a courier, dispatched from the nearest general unit. This makes wide-scale battles much more difficult and reliant upon proper calculation. You cannot run cavalry onto the flank and micro them to ravage the enemy's vulnerable back line anymore. Units facing each other at the front are also much more dynamic, with commands of falling back and pushing forward, along with dice rolls determining the victory and losses of your unit. Units are very rectangle-based, and so fight from the front and will stay engaged with what's in front of them, flanks putting immense pressure upon them. While the fighting isn't as detailed as Shogun 2 or Medieval 2 with kill animations and duels, it does possess one interesting historical detail. Units have an engagement period and then a rest period, something I haven't seen Total War ever even attempt to capture. Combat is very morale-based and falls upon disorganizing a formation and then fragmenting them into a rout. Having secured flanks is important, though I look forward to seeing people try and pull off tricks used by Hannibal with fallback centers, or Athens when they would stack a flank and push through. The battles heavily remind me of those Kings in General videos, with the shapes bumping into each other. Adding to the tactical depth is terrain. I had an encounter with enemy cavalry on the same flank as my skirmishers. However, since I was able to hold my light units in rocky terrain, the enemy cavalry suffered enough debuffs for them to retreat. The maps look great, and I look forward to seeing more of them. While I understand many battles of the period took place on open fields, I do hope the maps implement more deformed terrain that allow flanking paths only wide enough for a few units. One map, shown off in the trailer, features a river splitting the field of battle. I think that's great and look forward to the tactical plays utilizing the map. That said, the game will not be featuring multiplayer. The dev team is small, but I hope to see it one day implement multiplayer. The trailer also shows off much larger armies. I wonder if we'll have AI allies. As of right now, the only use for allies is to have some more varied units in your army. While the map looks great, there is some dislike around the units and how they appear. They have a very figurine appearance, and while I can't make out facial features, I found the actual details of the unit's equipment more than enough. The gameplay here is pivotal, and I will take that every day over facial features in my RTS game. I largely didn't have any problems while playing, save for an odd glitch involving a unit on pushback. Outside of that, I had nothing go wrong. One aspect of the game that did bug me was that you can see where units are moving when you hold down control. The only problem is it only shows you the path of units you have selected, which can make lining up your armies and moving them about a little annoying to do. It should show everyone's currently planned movements. The game doesn't have a release date, but this title is something any historical RTS fan should get. Unless something goes seriously wrong, I don't see the title dropping the ball. Again, though, I hope the campaign isn't just a series of static levels with no fluff or context to move the player along. With so many indie and AA titles showing how you can implement proper RTS combat that is era appropriate, I can only hope that someone at Sega takes note and slaps some sense in creative assembly. That, or a studio with the means, makes a title on par with Rome or Medieval 2. Hell, maybe one day I'll have a good Empire video game.